Assalamu alaikum friends, hope you all are doing good. Do subscribe, like and follow the channel. The topic that we're going to discuss today is an interesting one and it's a second part of the previous lecture that was the use cases. In the last lecture we discussed the use cases, their basic introduction, how to draw a good use case diagram, the notations of the use case diagram and etc. The link can be found in the description below. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the different types of the use cases and how we can actually write a good use case. So let's begin. Use cases. A use case defines a contract of how a system will behave by capturing the details of the different software features. The point to remember is a use case is not a use case if it does not return some useful or valuable output to the end user. Let's see different types of the use cases. So we have mainly two types of the use cases. The first one is high level use cases or otherwise known as the brief level of the use cases. These use cases contain only the briefest details of the use case such as the name, actors, purpose or the overview of the use case. The second one is the expanded use cases or otherwise known as the fully dressed use cases. They contain all the system events, there are alternatives and all the system responses. Let's see the descriptions of the different use case types. So the very first type of the use case is high level use cases or otherwise known as the brief level of use cases. They normally contain a single paragraph summary illustrating the main success scenario of the system. The second one are casual use cases or otherwise known as the intermediate level of the use cases. They normally contain various informal paragraphs that contains the success scenarios of the systems with a few alternatives. The third one is expanded use cases or a fully dressed use cases. They contain elaborated paragraphs which contain all the steps, their variations written in the complete detail with all the supporting sections such as the precondition of a use case, the post conditions, the guarantees, the exceptions, etc. Let's see how we can actually write a good use case. So the very first is high-level use cases. A UML high-level use case is a brief description of the main processes used to accomplish the system function. A high-level use case describes each of the major processes in the system and therefore there is one high-level use case for each of the major processes happening in the system. The high-level use case verbally describes the following. It describes the name of the process or the use case, such as in this scenario, it's the process sale. It describes the actors that are involved, that are actually initiating some process. So in this scenario, the sale is initiated by either customer or the cashier. Then the type of the use case, whether the type of the use case is primary, secondary, or supporting, or etc. Then the description of the complete process. So the description will contain a very informal or brief summary paragraph that will explain the success scenario. So in this case, the success scenario is a customer arrives at a checkout with items to purchase. The cashier records the purchased items and collect the payment. On completion, the customer leaves with the item. So this is only the success scenario of the system. Let's see the expanded use case. A UML expanded essential use case is a more detailed description of the processes used to accomplish the system functions. An expanded use case is built upon a high level use case. Typical events will happen 80% or more of the time, and alternatives will happen only 20% or less of the time. The actors involved with the initiating are in the actor section defined. For example, in this particular scenario, the actor is the system. So the description of the processes comes from the high level use cases. So let's see. The precondition in this particular scenario defines that the conditions that must be true before the use case can happen. So the precondition in this case, the apply algorithm use case, the precondition is input records and parameters must be available. The post condition. Post condition that must be true after the use case has been executed. So in this scenario, the post condition is all requested constraints will be solved. Of course, there would be a description of all those constraints somewhere in our document. Then normal flow is what executes 80% or more of the time. It normally contains a success scenario or overall flow of the use case activity. So you can see the normal flow right here. Then alternative flow. Alternative flow are normally the exceptions or that might rise during the system. They normally happen 20% of the time in a system, give or take. Then frequency of use. Frequency of use represents the tendency of a use case execution. It may be a normal, high or low. Then special requirements. So special requirements are the instructions for some specific purpose task in the particular use case. Then assumptions. The assumptions that the system must follow before the execution of the use case. So for example, in this case, we have assumed that the system is well trained over the algorithm. So the system will be able to actually apply the algorithm. Let's see a use case specification. A use case specification will show us how we can actually write a good use case by following some guidelines. So the very first guideline is create a written document for each use case. Then clearly define intent of the use case for what the use case will be using or what the actions the user will be performing. Then define main success scenario or the happy path of the system in which no exception will rise. Define any alternate action paths with of the exceptions or warnings or any other possible scenario. Then use formulate of stimulants. Responses. Identify the responses of the system after each action of the user. Then each specification must be testable. So whatever you are writing in the use case, make sure that it is testable. Write from actor's perspective. Write from the perspective of the actor in actor's vocabulary, which means in simple wording. So we have been using the word actor so much. So let's see what an actor is actually in a use case. Actors. An actor is someone that interacts with the system to carry out a specific task. There are different types of the actors in a use case. So there are primary actors, supporting actors, and offstage actors. Let's see the differences. So a primary actor has user goals fulfilled through using services of the system under discussion. So for example, in the previous example, the cashier will be a primary actor of the POS system because the cashier is actually directly fulfilling a certain goal by using the system. So the cashier will be our primary actor. Supporting actor. Supporting actor provides a service to the system under discussion. The automated payment authorization service is an example of the supporting actor in the POS system. The supporting actor is not fulfilling any of goal by using the system, but it actually is providing a facility or a feature with which the system is fulfilling its own feature or a particular goal. Mostly, the supporting actor will be a computer system, but it could be an organization or an individual person as well. Last one, offstage actor. An offstage actor neither fulfills its goal or neither provides a service to the system, but it's an actor who has an interest in the behavior of the use case, but is not primary or supporting actor of the system. So, for example, in the payment module, a government tax agency is interested in the payment use case, but the government tax agency neither is fulfilling the goal of the payment or neither they are providing any services for that use case. So in this scenario, the government tax agency will our offstage actor that is just interested in the behavior of our use case. That is all about the use cases, their types, how to write a good use case, how to draw a use case diagram, their notations, and everything. Hope this lecture has helped you to understand the basic concept of the all the use cases types and how to actually write a good use case. If you have any queries or topic requests, please feel free to comment them. Do subscribe, like, and follow to get more interesting lectures. Allah Hafiz.